Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They run the counter. Jefferson. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 22. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And his kick is indeed good. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Hey, lock it. Go.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get there. Hey, watch it. Go. Ringo.
Now Joe Mixon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Mixon. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Set 18 Gator. Fire.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Darnold down to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. On 1st down, Jefferson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Go, son. You remember me? Let's go, baby. He's crashing. He's checking.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Go, son. 52. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Shit. Check, go get him.
On 3rd down, Jefferson. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the 1st. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a 1st down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the 1st down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This will be taken in at the 1. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, 52, right 52. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Hey, son.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it down here at the 23. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
To throw is Darnold. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, D. Big series right here.
Here's Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They run the counter. Jefferson. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You ain't going nowhere.
Now it's Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch the shit. Young lady. Slam.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Weapon. Check 24, check 24. Leo. Ready?
Mixon. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Mixon with it. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Go. It's just me and you. Switch. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Watch twitch. Get down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
On the ready. 58, the mic. It's our time. You're out. Shit. Watch out.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Rock it.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll drop the throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Faking the give. Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
We're going to sign. 52, Mike 52. Check, 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 check.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cox. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Jefferson. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Darnold from the gun. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Here we go. Set. 18, Gator. Oh, you got deep? Go. Ready?
Now it's Mixon running right. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set up, 30 base. You better be afraid of me. Hey! You better be afraid of me.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Let's go. 10 logo. Not today, you are. Not today. Hey, Sam, snap.
Now they try the right side here.
Go.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. Greystone, travel. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Check.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Down. 50, plant. 58, come on. What we got?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
2nd and 6. Setting up the screen to P-Line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is third and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 40, and he cuts it back right, and he's got a crease. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things, and you know in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, check Mike 57.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first down, Jefferson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Come on, 55. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Now a hit and a loose football.
When you kick off and you go downfield and get the ball back, that's what I call a great opportunity.
In a one-score game, I always circle, and you know this, but in my play-by-play sheet, I circle big plays. It could be turning points. This could be a turning point.
Did you put a second circle around this one? This is pretty big.
I put a star.
Ready, set.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Bravo. Yeah. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
6 down. Check 6 down. Check. Alert flare.
Now a handoff looking right. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right.
They'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run on first down. Jefferson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
You got nothing. Hey, Steve 6. Now.
He'll drop to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. It's a pickup of 6.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the sideline and make a catch.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
61, match box, right. Check 15, check 15. Go.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
The pass on first down. Complete to number 88. to gain 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Recon, 132 fighter. Under 10. Out. Kill. Back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
65. Hey, Foxtrot. 56. Much 56. There it goes. Get it.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd and short.
Ready? 91. X3. 218. Chop. Let's get off the field, D. Check. Go.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Let's go.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Go 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 3. General West. Check. 25. Check 25. Big River.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Check safety. Hey, alert 3. Ready? 57 the mic.
Now Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
50 seconds. Mike,
on second down now, Jefferson. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Go set. Watch 57. I'm coming.
Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Cox. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Jefferson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
At the Bengals 33-yard line.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Set. 55. Hey, eat. Watch the slant.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Complete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
And 80. Check 55. Come on. Check 50. And 80. I got you, son. Check it.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And he connects with Ertz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to